Hey y'all, hey, long time no talk. Um, in this video, I want to show you how to make a remote control console type. What is it called? The video game console. Yeah. So let's go on and get into it.
A journey through time.
Hey y'all, hey. Hi, Journey Travelers, Journey Traveler family. Welcome to A Journey Through Time. I'm your girl, Wendy. If you're oldie but goodie, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. So first and foremost, thank you so much for all the prayers for my family and my daughter. We're still going through the motions, but we're going to get through it. Um, Today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a game console box, and you can use it for any occasion. Father's Day is coming near, so I'm not going to really do too many more of those Father's Day gifts. I'm just going to do gifts that will follow up to Christmas, which allows everybody time to create some beautiful gift boxes to put your gifts in. And we will start with this one. Okay, so let's go on and get into it. In order to get you the remote, you come in here on Canva, right? And then you hit elements. And then once you hit elements, you come up here and type in game controller. Okay. And so many of them come up. And I go into graphics because the graphics is better for me because it's just an outline. So you hit all right here on the side. And then you just find the one that works for you. You don't actually have to do the one that I did, but that's how you find it. Okay. And you just stroll down here until you find, like I said, the perfect one. This is one closer to mine. Mine, I do have Canva Pro, so therefore, I think this one was a Canva Pro. But there's a lot of them on here that aren't, like this one right here. So you can pick out any one that you want. Let me do that real quick. Yeah. Okay, and then just come over here and just grab you one. Pick a good one right here. So you can do it just like this here and just make it pretty big, kind of like that, and then just download it. And once you download it, then you can take it on over there to Silhouette Studio. Okay, so you already downloaded it from Canva, so now you're gonna open, and this should be the file. Okay, so this is it right here. So it's gonna come up just like this, all small and stuff. So you go up here to the top and hit the unlock, and then you go over here where it says width, and you put in 15, enter, and then you go where it says height, and you'll put 8.5, enter, and that's your size, and then lock it. And the purpose of locking it so it don't move whenever you get ready to print it. So now you wanna, I have a borderless, I could print borderless, so what that means is I can bump this all the way to the edge of this paper and print it, and it won't be cut off. But if you don't have a borderless printer that prints borderless, pull it over some. This paper right here has a mark. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it'll show you where to go, how far to go in. Yeah, there we go right there. You should be able to see it right here. It's right here. So don't go past that because it will cut off your picture. Okay. And my printer does not print anything bigger than a standard size. So what I do is, y'all always know that I do it in halves. So I'll do this part right here, and it's gonna cut off right here. All right. So I'm gonna print this part right here. So all I'll do is go up here and hit print, the print up in the corner, and it will print it out for me. So it's not really showing everything I wanted to show, but basically what I'm trying to say, because for some reason the pop-ups are not popping up, but you're going to print it, and when you print it, only this part that's on the white paper is going to show up, okay? And so once that prints out, then you're going to move it to the other side. Okay, so Wherever it left off at, you're going to do the rest of it. So just move your paper, move your picture to the other side to get the rest of the picture in there. And mine's not going to cut off because, like I said, I have the borderless. And I only size this up as far as how much of a gift that I'm going to put in it. If your gift is going to be much more smaller, then you can size it down. It does not have to be a 15 by 8.5. You know, you could do a 10 by 10. You could do it whatever size you need. Just measure it according to the gift that you have and do it that way. And I just showed you how to size it up and size it down by using the top up here, the width and the height, and just lock it back in there once you're done. So I'm going to print both sides out really quick. Okay, y'all. So once it comes out, your two prints should be like this here. Okay. So first things first, you know, just bump it up. I made it a little too big. I made it, what am I trying to say? As you can see, it don't go that far out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is lay it on top until it looks right to me. Okay, so I'm moving it out, about right there. That kind of looks pretty good to me. It kind of looks like the other side. So then I will just take some tape. I'm just grabbing what I got on hand right now. And I'm just going to tape it so it don't move in the spots that I need it to stay on. Okay, so that's all you're going to have to do. And then once you do that, go ahead on and cut around it. I've already done one, but I just want to gonna let you guys see how I did that one. So just go ahead on and cut around the remote. Do that. Find you whatever you want to make your box with. You can actually use cardboard or you can use foam board. Actually, it's your choice. I already have two pieces cut out, but what you're gonna do, you're gonna take this. See how that looks? So you're gonna take this. We're gonna say this was the foam board, right? Or the cardboard. Of course, this is cardboard of mine. But you're gonna take a piece of cardboard, like I said, or foam board, and you're gonna sit your picture down and trace around the entire picture, okay? Until you have it like this right here. Okay? You need two of these. So trace it twice and cut it out. So once you cut it out, you have your two pieces that you want, just like this. Then you need to cut you another long piece. Okay, and the long piece is going to be the piece to put the two pieces together for yourself. So this piece right here is a 6.5 in width and 35.5 in height. Okay, so you're going to need this whole long piece right here. And you can go on and prep it if you want to. If it's cardboard, just go ahead on and roll it up just like this here. Go on and train it to be flexible for when you need it to be flexible. Okay, that's if you use the cardboard. If you use the foam board, you're going to have to put splices in it because you know the foam board is going to be a little more tough. So after you do that, so now you have this piece here and you have your two remote pieces, right? You're going to need one more piece, but we don't know what size we're going to use yet because I haven't gotten to that point yet. But so next thing you should do is go ahead on and cut out your what color you want your remote to be. Okay, so for me, I'm doing a pink remote. Okay. So this is the foam mats that they have at Hobby Lobby. I just cut me out 2 pink ones. All right. So after you cut those 2 out, go ahead on, and after you got your 2 remotes out, then you need these circles if you want to copy this particular look. So what I did is I cut the circle out of mine that was right here. I cut it out. Take and cut your circle out. So it shows that you need to find the color that you want. Cut you a circle out, right? Try to match it up a little bit for yourself. Okay, so once you cut your 2 circles out, because you need 2 of them, right? Little oval circles or whatever you want to call them. But once you cut those out, go on and cut these 2 out also. Okay, whatever color you want them to be. Okay, so there go mine. So then once you cut your 2 circles out, go back in and cut your plus sign out if you want to. All right, then cut your inside circles here. Now if you just want to keep it black like that or whatever color you go with, that's fine too. Of course, it's preference. So I decided to put a little pink on the inside of mine since mine is going to be pink. Just like that. All right. My circles ain't perfect, but they're good enough for me. And my little plus sign, I want that right there. And I noticed it had some dots here, so I did the same thing. So I made me some dots. Okay. You know, and just get it to your liking. And then it has this right here. So what I decided to do with that, made mine a little bit shorter than the one that they have. And I got mine going upward instead of downward. And then I want to center it with some black. Okay, so just like that. So see, my controller already has the decoration that I want on the front of the box. This is what the front of mine is going to look like. Okay, so that's what you need to do next. Once you trace it and cut out your foam pieces, then go on and cut out your pieces for your decoration. I did the same thing for these little circles. Let me show you the paper so I can show you what I did. Like I said, I took everything apart, honestly. See, right here, I took one of the circles out so I can make my little circles. I took one of the little circles here so I can make the other one. So you can use it to, you know, cut out whatever you need to cut out to make your remote for your box. Okay. And you can always go back and just keep, because it's on your Canva now, so you can always go back and do it as many times as you want. And you can make your blue remote or whatever color, red remote. You know, you could get real creative with it. Okay. So we have our decoration for the front. We have the piece for the back. So also cut you whatever color you're going to cover this up with. So me, I'm going to cover mine up with pink and black. So what I'm going to do is what I did was I cut me 2 black strips. And how to do that, you know, is just lay your cardboard down on your mat and trace it and then just cut it out. As long as it'll go. Won't go but so far. Okay, so then you need 2 strips to add on to this. Okay. So in my little extra space, I'm going to put some pink, which is right here. Okay. So that will be the entire outside of the box. You can also dress up the inside of the box, but it's not required and you don't have to do it if you don't want to do it. All right. So now that we've gotten to this point, with the front and the back and all our little decoration and stuff, right? I'm gonna move that to the side. So what we really need to work on now is really just putting this together. Okay, y'all. So I got multiple glue guns because they ain't none of them wanting to behave for me. One of them make my hands hurt. The other one just do what it want to do. They just in retirement, I guess. I don't know. But okay, it look like this one's trying to act right. Trying to get a little bit of act right by itself. Anyway, so first things first, we're gonna go ahead on and try to get this. So what I want to do is glue this around here. Okay. So I'm not gonna do too much talking, but I want to glue this around here, and I'm gonna do the method I told you guys about as far as the tape going to hold it for me, because sometimes it gets really hard to make these things stay in place while you're trying to do things. So I'm gonna, okay, well, this one acting right for right now. Add a little bit of glue, and I'm gonna stick it to the edge right here, and I'm gonna go all the way around. Okay. Okay, so that's what I mean by using the tape to your advantage, because it just makes it a whole lot easier to go around things whenever it's made like this here. You know what I'm saying? So now we can put our shelf in here, but y'all already know. And you see how, if you look, you can see how seamless it is on the inside because you also use the tape. Now you can go back and add the glue, you know, to give you some more reinforcement if you want. It just depends on how heavy your stuff is going to be. Okay. You know you're going to have some really, really heavy products in here, then by all means, you can either double up, use the foam board, whatever you got to do to make it strong enough for you. Okay. So I went right on back in there. Usually I take something, I don't have anything on hand right now, and I just push it in those grooves. I always have little pieces floating around in this room with me, so you can get a board, depends on what type of board you use, to fit across from one side of it to the other side. So this is what I mean by I wasn't sure exactly what size you should put in here just yet until I put it together, because I didn't put it together without you guys. I just started working on it and stopped. Okay, so I just found a piece of board just now in my room. Of course, I have plenty of board. So I can go out from the wall of this thing. I can go out to at least 6 inches. Okay. You don't want to come too far out because you got to put your back piece on. So let's see how wide this is. This is way past 6 inches. So I'm going to back that up a little bit. And I'm going to mark this. I'm going to do this again. And you're going to have to do the same thing. So yeah, 6 inches would be enough for the inside of here. So I'm measuring this here to 6 inches and leaving a mark on it. Okay. So I can just cut it down to size. Now this is foam board. I do like to put foam board on the inside of whatever it is I'm making, but I don't care to use it too much on the outside of my frame all the time because it's not that flexible. If you ask me, it's just not flexible enough for me. Durable sometimes, but so can cardboard be if you do it right. Or if you got the right grade of cardboard. So I'm gonna bump it up to, I'm not using the right ruler, should be using my other one, but I'm gonna bump it up to those lines. Okay, so I got the width the way I want it. Okay, now I got to get the length the way I want it, right? So I want it to fit in kind of snug. And this is how I do it, y'all. I just bump it up to stuff sometimes and just try my luck. And so this is where I'm seeing that it's hitting right at the groove. Then I'll turn it around on the opposite side and do the same thing again. I didn't do it that time. Hold on. And sometimes I'll be off big time, okay? But it's okay. As far as I'm concerned, it is okay to be off. Big time, maybe not, but it's okay. So I'm just gonna cut it right here. Hope for the best. Okay, so I did cut it right there. I'm opening. Let me make sure y'all see this. So I bumped it up to here, right? But you know this is cardboard, so we can't open it up a little bit. All right, to bump it in here like this. Now, do y'all see how perfect that is right here? It really is. Okay, so what we got to do now is we got to make this a little more secure. Now that we know we have the perfect piece for the inside, and this is 6 inches wide, okay? And the length is almost 14.5. But, you know, when you do yours, if you do yours, you can kind of figure that out on your own as far as, you know, how wide and how far you want it to go. Because you got to remember, you're going to take this, you're going to glue that up against that wall back there, right there. You're going to glue it to the sides. So already, if you look, already this is snug. Let me lay it down so you can see. This is already snug. So what I'm thinking, what we can do first is glue this in here. Let's do that first before we start putting extra pieces in here. We know we're going to have to put some extra pieces, but I figure if we glue it first, and y'all see I'm trying to measure that little space. I'm going to tell you something else you can put in this little space for security. You can put some, stuff some parchment paper in here. I'm thinking about that as well, instead of putting all the little other things in it. Yeah, grab some more glue sticks. Okay. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to get it together. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to slide it out for just a second. And I'm thinking, let's go ahead on and add some glue to this. Okay. It's falling over. I know. That's fine. Add some glue right here. And add some glue right here on the bottom of where you're going to lay it up against that wall. Okay. Yeah, I can't stay on it long. Like, me and the straight line just not friends, okay? I done came to terms with that. Okay, so now press it down on the remote and on the piece that you've already put all that hot glue on, okay? So you're gonna have to like both. Just hold it in place for a moment. Okay, didn't know it wasn't recording, but now I'm trying to glue the sides down and holding it at the same time. And just hold it in place until it, until you think it's dry. Okay. Come on the other side and do the same exact thing. And just add some pressure to it. Once it's dry, you can start stuffing these with parchment paper. Oh, yes. Okay. Just like that. And then you can put your back side on. Okay. It might be stretched out a little. Not sure yet. But you can always bring it in when you start putting your back on. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. But first, let me get some tape. Okay. So let me look at it first. Make sure before you just put your back on that the top is the way you want it. So this side is fine, but this side is not. So I'm gonna bring it to the front to show you what I'm talking about. This one comes up a little bit too far. Just cut it off just a little bit. It still might be too far. I know that probably ain't straight, but we're gonna keep it moving. Take the back part. Place it how you want to place it. Remember, this is cardboard, so you can squeeze it in to fit the way you want it to fit, like a glove, okay? So, where is my glue stick? Because why not just grab the whole handful? Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna also add some glue to this long line right here where the board is. And then I'm gonna add some glue to this little circle right here. Half circle or whatever we calling it these days. And I'm gonna stop right there. Okay. I'm gonna sit it on it and I'm gonna squeeze it in a little bit. Okay. And push this down on top of it. And me squeezing it in is just because I want it to look a certain way when it's on top of the other part of it. Okay. And so I'm going to do this until I get the entire back on, y'all. Okay. So right here on this side, you see I have a little overhang. This side I do not have a little overhang over here. So, and I don't know why, but anyway, so I can go back and cut all that off. Okay. As soon as it dries the way I want it to dry, I can go and cut that off. And then your box is ready to be decorated once you do that. Okay. See, it's woppy right now because this side is not with this side. So all you got to do is just go in and cut it down where it can look flush, okay, to the other piece. And that's all you have to do. That's the best way to clean it up is after you get it glued down. Really good. You just go and check around your perimeter and clean up all the extra that needs to be cleaned up. And the hangover comes from whenever you like pushing in on extra areas and pulling out and adding stuff. Yeah. So the rest of the video, I'm just gonna go and try to decorate it. Of course, not gonna tell anyone how to decorate their own boxes. You know, I'm just giving you some ideas on how you can do it. All right.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby. And twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh,
All right, y'all. Well, box that you can do. And you can put some games or whatever you choose to do. This is for any occasion, okay? Not just Father's Day or Mother's Day. It could be a child's birthday. It could be any kind of occasion you want it to be. Christmas coming up, so this would also be a good idea to try to tackle and see if you can do it. Also, y'all, as always, I will do a short and put some goodies inside. As always, I appreciate you watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye for now.